Good evening, YouTube. Good evening. This is Dawn back again for another movie night review number 296 called The Altar Files Nefarious Nefarious Nature is what this one is called. It's a 1 hour film. Four separate short films are in one. All right. And it is horror films, and it is about the weather and how much nature can do blasted things. So let's get into the movie night review right now. All right, for the first short film, the first short film is pretty much all that we really need to recognize is that it starts off with a very short film where there are two individuals walking in a desolate place, but there is one man who is sitting there. Um, it's like an abandoned place, but he's sitting there and he's watching it with a gun. He doesn't recognize the two are there, and something just happens to happen. That's how it starts off, all right? I don't see the name for it. They showed a couple names, but the first one seems like it's anonymous or just not as listed. But all in all, it's kind of creepy. It starts off really creepy, and um, she sees a vision or some female in black, and it fades away, and then she might be gone in a minute. That's how that starts off. All right. So, the first film in the description area is called Devil Woman. All right. So there's a group, or there's a group of women, and one is in sitting in the trees, and they're looking out for loggers. There's two that are walking around, and they really don't want the loggers there. There's these devil or Tasmanian devils that they're recording that are harvesting, or they're there at this time. And so, as they are recording the Tasmanian devils, one of the ladies sees that it is bitten, or it's like a rabid animal. All right. So as it's rabid, she must have gotten scratched. All right. Because she starts to break out later on, but into one of them, but as herself. Okay. So as the loggers come in, they go to intrude the whole area. All the women are there. They try to protect their area until, I believe her name is Eddie, but until the one that got bitten turns into that, and she goes to do everybody there. It's a scary event. Nobody, you know, it's almost like nobody survives. The men get turned, and the men are also like the rapist type. They do barge in. It's only the ladies there. But as the one gets bitten, the man that was driving, they take off. They grab the other lady. There's still ones hanging in the trees. So this is like very action oriented, active, and it maintains a mystique about it. So all in all, if you like fast pace, but if you kind of want to see how they record the Tasmanian devils, that would be the short film for you, called Devil Woman. All right. So the next film is Calling. Now, Calling starts off with a little bit of its own mystique. There's two young men or boys that are trying to get out of the horrific weather situation that this area is having. It is a weather that is really, it's like a tornado or something that they're looking out for, and everything should be put up. All right. So there's a cow, and they're trying to get the cow. Oh, there's this mystique uh, event, or this, it's a mystique about the weather. Okay. So once you get involved with it, it may do it. All right. But we don't know what that is. Okay. So there's two young boys, there's a cow, and a mouth. So as the young man goes to defend himself against the male figurehead, he says not to bang on his ruling, right? So it's just like kind of like a beastly situation. He brings the cow in the house, he gets yelled at, and he pulls out his gun. He tells him never to do it again. He also needs to know where his brother is at. It almost appears like the same movie that I've already seen before, but it's a little different in this one. There's a young boy that's outside, blindfolded, and he starts to scream. So all in all, the weather gets the cow, the man. One of them gets their hand almost slung off with a sledgehammer. It's really bad. It's really awful. It just controls each and every one of them. It's like they go insane from this event. All right. So now for the next movie, the third one. Now, the second one, it's okay. The only thing is they go insane, but it's okay. But the third short film is called Posies. Now, this one I have never seen before. The last one, yes, okay. But Posies is where a lady, a black lady, goes to put flowers under her skin because everybody is threatened to turning into some kind of animal about themselves. Okay, so the radio is broadcasting that everybody is turning into some kind of bigot, racist, or just a heckler of the town, and nobody wants to get turned. And it almost feels like no one knows what's doing it. Something about the weather again, all right, or this wind that's going on. And as the wind is there and the people are there, there's a lady, the black lady that I was mentioning, puts flowers under her skin bed. All right, under her skin. So she has like these cuts, and then she somehow, I think she transforms into just a normal lady who has relationship and all kinds of stuff. But she goes to telling her partner that she's cheated on him, that she's not perfect, that she's cheated on him with more than two people since they were together, and when she did it, at what age. She stole some stuff when she was 9, and then when she was like a teenager, something else happened. So she went to telling him, and he's like, almost like it just kind of flies by him. It just seems like until she says that she cheated on him. But as they go doing the doing the sexual act, right? Okay. And he says, "Are you hurting?" And he finds that she's cut, but we don't know that that's the cut. But she's cut in several places with those flowers. Okay. Then he looks at her in the middle of the sex there, and the flowers go flying all over the place like the wind. Then her face just is now, it's like, it's not a face anymore. It's a horror film, okay? And she's not black anymore. And it's like someone took a sledgehammer and she's able to open her mouth wider than what the screen is. So that is that. It is very spooky. We don't know where it's coming from. That is that. It's called Posies. Then the last film on here is it's called The Howling Wind. Now this is another one that I have not seen before, and like I said, it is on the Alter Files. It's 1 hour long, called Necropharious. Um, Necropharious Nature. All right, it's where nature takes over. Um, on the Howling Wind, there's a wind outside, and if you get caught in this wind, they tell everybody to evacuate and go to a safe place. All right. If you get caught in the wind, you start turning into it's like a rabid person. Okay. Out of control. All right, so there's an individual. He goes and finds his house. The guy is not privy to him at all. He has a gun or a rifle or shotgun, and he says to get out of his house. And the guy's begging to stay, so he stays a bit. But all in all, he promises he doesn't have that stuff on him. He doesn't have the biting and the animal thing on him, or what they turn into. Okay, that he didn't get infected by it. Okay. So then he goes to the bathroom. He takes a little bit longer than normal, I suppose. I would imagine. I don't know. And so going to go check on him, he sees that his skin is rabid or has those, he's infected. All right. So then he waits for him to come out of the bathroom. He asks him what's going on. He says, I seen what happened. And then he grabs his shotgun, shoots him. All right. Then as he's on the ground, he grabs his own shotgun that he has, a second one, and shoots him back, and they both start laughing. This is very, very Howling Winds. How is it that a movie can be so infectious but so distant? All right. So tonight's subject is called I Really Want to Go. All right. Now, when I really want to go comes up, we just don't go. And everybody will come up and they just won't go. And when you go, that's when everybody goes. This is for instances where if there's something in your vicinity that is a threat to you and to everyone else, nobody will go because they have to all be counted in some kind of fashion that someone knows what the threat is or the ridicule. All right. So as soon as you pick up and go, that's everybody goes. All right. But when you have something you have to do, you just sit there and everything else has to wait, but they don't know they're waiting because under this rule or so-called quote, you just kind of go or you won't go, has everyone to do a green light. Now, when does this happen and what is this? It happens when people are waiting. If there's a wait, the person is always there. They're always going to have the sign on them that nobody can see. All right. So if he doesn't wait, then that one doesn't wait. But if he has the don't wait possibility, then everybody waits. Why is this? It's because you don't want the threat to walk out of the area until you are finished with every single thing. You don't know if that's real. You don't know if that's not real. All you know is that you need to do what it is that you have to do because all the principles are secured that there is a threat. So when you pick up and go, you're good to go and everything has been counted by its own. Adios.